Growing up in Britain decades ago meant living in a world that felt simpler, warmer, and filled with the kind of freedom most children today can hardly imagine. There were no smartphones buzzing in our pockets, no apps tracking where we were, and no parents calling every hour to ask what we were doing. Childhood was lived outdoors, in the streets, in the fields, on bikes, in parks, and in the company of friends. Yet, despite all that independence, every British kid remembers the long list of innocent, harmless things our parents strictly forbade. Some of these rules make us smile now, some make no sense at all, and some feel like tiny snapshots of a Britain that has quietly slipped into the past. These rules were part of the soundtrack of growing up, familiar phrases echoing through every household, from Scotland to Cornwall. So today, let's step back into that world and revisit 10 innocent things British parents refused to let us do, even though we often did them anyway. Number 1. Sitting too close to the telly. Every British home had this universal rule, as if it came included with the television license. You'd settle on the carpet, legs folded under you, leaning so close you could see every glowing pixel on the screen. It made everything feel more exciting. The colors brighter, the characters larger than life, the entire world inside that box somehow more real. Whether it was Saturday morning cartoons, Blue Peter, Top of the Pops, or the big Sunday film, the best spot was always right in front of the telly. Meanwhile, from another room entirely, your mum, somehow equipped with supernatural powers, would shout, "Move back from that telly. You'll ruin your eyesight." It didn't matter that we spent hours outside in bright sunlight, squinting into the sky, or reading comics under dim street lamps. Apparently, the true danger was being 6 inches too close to a giant wooden television that buzzed like a bee and flickered every time someone walked past. Today, kids have screens pressed against their faces practically all day. But we were treated like we were performing a medical experiment just by sitting too close to the TV. Number 2. Eating before dinner. The moment you walked in from school, backpack half open, shoes barely off, you'd head straight to the biscuit tin. But British mums had razor-sharp instincts. Just as your hand touched the lid, you'd hear, "Don't eat that, you'll spoil your appetite." According to parents, one biscuit, just one, had the power to destroy your entire ability to eat dinner. It didn't matter if dinner was still an hour away. Rules were rules. And dinner wasn't just a meal. It was the daily ceremony of British family life. You didn't mess with it. The funny part is, the rule mysteriously vanished on Sundays. Somehow, stealing a Yorkshire pudding straight from the baking tray, burning hot and dripping with fat, didn't spoil anything at all. If anything, it was rewarded. Sunday rules were different. Number 3. Running in the house. Running indoors was treated like attempting a dangerous stunt. The moment your feet hit full speed in the hallway, your mum or dad would shout, "Stop running in this house." Parents were convinced that running indoors guaranteed disaster. You'd fall, you'd break something, or you'd crash into a piece of furniture so hard it'd shake the whole house. It didn't matter that kids ran outside at full speed across uneven pavements, muddy fields, and rocky playgrounds without issue. No, running indoors was apparently where the real danger lived. Yet every child still ran. Whether you were escaping your sibling, pretending the hallway was a football stadium, or racing to answer the phone before your mum got to it, you couldn't help yourself. Running inside felt thrilling in a forbidden way. Number 4. Touching the good scissors. Every British home kept 2 pairs of scissors. One old, blunt, nearly useless pair that was allowed for everything, and one pristine pair known simply as the good scissors. These legendary scissors were kept in a sacred drawer, wrapped in mystery and fear. They were reserved for important jobs, though no one ever explained what those important jobs actually were. If you dared reach for them to cut paper for a school project or trim a bit of cardboard, your mum would appear instantly as if summoned and declare, "Not those, use the other scissors." Those scissors were treated like heirlooms, precious family artifacts that needed guarding. Number 5. Going outside with wet hair. If you ever tried stepping outside with even slightly damp hair, especially in winter, your mum reacted as though you were volunteering to catch pneumonia on purpose. Get back inside this minute. You'll catch your death of cold. It didn't matter that you'd spent whole afternoons playing in pouring rain, drenched from head to toe, completely unfazed. No, the true danger wasn't a storm. It was freshly washed hair meeting cold air. British mums believed wet hair in cold weather was the single greatest health risk on Earth. Number 6. Leaving lights on. Every dad in Britain turned into an energy warden the moment a light switch clicked. You'd leave a room for 2 seconds and instantly hear, "Oi, turn that light off. Do you think we're made of money?" Dads acted like leaving one bulb on could bankrupt the entire household. Even today, as adults, many of us still turn lights off automatically because those childhood warnings are permanently etched into our brains. Number 7. Keeping the front door open. You'd pop outside to grab your football, chat to a friend, or see where the cat had run to, but if you left the front door open for more than a moment, your mum would shout, "Shut that door. I'm not heating the whole street." According to British parents, heat escaped faster than water from a sieve. Leaving the door open for 5 seconds meant the house temperature would drop dramatically and the neighbors would enjoy the warmth you'd paid for. Number 8. Reading in the dark. Every child tried reading under the covers or by the faintest lamp after bedtime. It felt cozy, secretive, a little rebellious. But parents hated it. Turn that light on properly, you'll strain your eyes reading in the dark. Apparently, our eyes were delicate instruments that required spotlight-level brightness at all times, yet we survived years of reading comics in torchlight, squinting at cereal boxes during breakfast, and watching telly in dim rooms without issue. Number 9. Standing with the fridge door open. This one drove parents absolutely mad. You'd open the fridge, just thinking, staring, looking for something sweet, something cold, or something interesting. But in seconds, a voice called out, "Don't stand there with the fridge open, you're letting all the cold out." In their minds, leaving the fridge open for 10 seconds could warm up every item inside and ruin the week's shopping. Number 10. Going to bed with the light on. British parents believed sleeping with the light on was simply unacceptable. Not dangerous, not harmful, just unacceptable. If you were scared of the dark, heard strange noises, or had watched something spooky, their response never changed. Turn that light off and go to sleep. And somehow, we did. Because back then, fear of the dark was seen as a normal part of childhood, something that built character. In truth, all these rules, funny, dramatic, strange, and sometimes completely unnecessary, weren't really about danger. They were part of the rhythm of family life. They created structure, gave us routines, and filled our homes with familiar voices we can still hear today. We didn't always understand the rules, but they became part of who we are. We look back now with warmth, not frustration. These rules didn't spoil our childhood. They defined it. They taught us discipline, patience, and just enough rebellion to make growing up interesting. They connected us to a Britain that feels warm in our memories, a Britain that moved a little slower, felt a little safer, and raised us with love in its own imperfect way. So here's to the innocent things we were banned from doing. And here's to the mums and dads who enforced those rules, often loudly, sometimes dramatically, but always with care. They gave us a childhood worth remembering, one rule at a time.